we should be recording. The icon's red. We're all good to go here. The Cairo Dock hasn't restarted after the computer has, so we'll just go and change the settings for that. So if you just click on the menu there and just type start and go to startup applications, and it's not there. If you don't want the login sound, you can untick that there if you don't want any of this stuff. The login's the only one I used to disable, and we're just going to add. Cairo Dock. The command is very simple. It is just all lowercase CAIRO-DOCK, Cairo Dock, space dash O. That's not a 0, that's just a lowercase o, and that's the switch that tells it to run in OpenGL mode or whatever that the message was before. And I just like to write here Mac like dock, doesn't matter, you can leave that blank, and then we add that, and there it is there. Close out of there. Restart the dock. This should restart when the computer reboots next time. So there's that message again, because I've restarted it manually. And there's the -O that I've put as that switch in the launch command of the startup application, and we're going to say yes again. There's the dock. We'll just go to, now that all the pictures are down here, just find another picture. So we go to the pictures folder, and we'll just get something a little bit more darker. There's one, that's the one I'm using. That's a bit boring, isn't it, using the same one again. This helicopter's nice. It's a Eurocopter. Where I work, sometimes there's 3 or 4 of those sitting together, or 2 or 3 of them sitting in a paddock at a vineyard, a winery in the Yarra Valley area of the outskirts of Melbourne. And very nice looking machine. They're only, I think, between about $3 or $4 million and upwards, so probably not this year, maybe next year. And okay, back to the business here. The dock is configured the way I want it. There's my volume already there, impulse, which click on that, little music symbol turns up. So if you play some music now in Rhythm Box, no, there's no files imported there yet. Oh, there they go, it's finding them all automatically. We'll just let that go then. I didn't know it did that. There you go. So I've imported the music files previously. That was about 7 gigabytes worth, and that's the first time I've started it. It's just finding all the music there by itself. Now I did actually while I was restarting, now I did actually find another what do you call it, a theme for the dock. In fact, I just created another one off another machine. So I'll just go to the NAS2 terabyte. I think I just dropped it in here. 26th of the 12th, 15. There it is. So this will probably look slightly different when I right click and go Cairo Dock Configure, Themes, load a theme. So we'll just go back to here, desktop, 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 pick a file. Hello, stupid. You've got to click on the home. I was sitting on desktop there, that's why I just had to open that up. There it is there. My other theme. We'll say OK. And again down here we've got the new launches, themes and behaviours checked. So we'll just apply that. And we'll say yes. And there's Kazam, which is another screencast program I have on the other computer. And we're pretty much good to go there. So the little icon just did its little close thing there. I reckon it's pretty awesome, the old dock. So there's all the songs. So if we just pick one of these songs, which one? I guess it doesn't really matter that much, does it? I'll just pick one that's not so intrusive, but the volume's right up there, so I'll just crank that down a bit. Get a little notification up here, and if you click on the volume icon up here, you've got this little panel that stays there until you bring the AWN panel back and click it away, click it on, click it off, and then if you come away, let the panel fade, this stays here, which has got the volume on it. Or you can, oh, that's VLC. So here we are, rhythm box, next track, etc. But that's enough of that. If we, there's the icon down here, so it's showing the elapsed time. If I roll the mouse wheel, next track, next track, next track. I think if I send a click, pauses it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. And if we click here, impulse. Oh. I don't know what happened there. Now it's worked. But they're not working. I must have to install the video driver or choose no to the OpenGL question there, but normally the icons start dancing. They look pretty snazzy. But yeah, we've digressed a little bit there. So what are we up to? Cairo Dock, XPad. We got XPad down here. I don't see it anywhere. No, but there's files, so we'll just start that. Go to the 2 terabyte NAS. Matrix background, this is pretty cool. Matrix rain code. Copy that into the videos folder. It's about 1 gigabyte, so it'll take 30 or 40 seconds to come down, I suppose. And this little fella here, this is Zorin Ultimate, Zorin 10 Ultimate. This background plus is pretty cool. Not something I play with very often. Usually if I've got music going or something, then you just want to trip yourself out a bit on the screen. We'll just wait for that file to come down. I've also got here on the dock, this is the desktop switcher, desktop 2. It's like 4 little corners there. It's actually giving a preview of the desktop. This will be number 3 down here on the left. Number 4. So that's just like a little cube sort of looking thing. Or you can just Just do it manually with the mouse. Center clicking on the desktop there is pretty friggin' awesome, I reckon. Alright, that's there. If we click on this, it'll take us back to the screen with that on. We'll set the background, video, okay. Videos, rain matrix, matrix rain code, whatever it's called there. And there it is. You can even Cairo Dock and go to quick hide. It does hide automatically on one of the computers when I start the desktop background. But as you can see, that's not a screensaver, that's the actual desktop with the video playing. You can even have sound on that. And there's all four sides of the cube with it running. I think I'm tripped out already. Just some eye candy there. Stop. Background plus. Close. And there is, what have we got? Compiz settings manager here. Normally I like to set, so when you run your mouse up into that top corner there, you get expo mode, which is 4 screens across the middle of the monitor there. But I believe I loaded a Compiz configuration file into that downloads directory before. It's just giving you a warning, you can screw your system up. And there is a way in here, profile. Okay, import, downloads. There's the Compiz profile in the downloads directory that I copied there before. Open that. And do we have to give it a name? Back, close, and there it is. So it's made the changes already. So now I've got the expo mode working up in that left corner that wasn't working a few moments ago. We can probably get rid of most of these desktop icons now because they'll be available actually. Let's put that in the download, so I'll just delete them. You can put that into the downloads directory just to get it out of the way. This is the configuration part 3, that's the actual video file that we're creating at the moment. So there you go, the time's now almost 2:30. So in 2 hours we've installed this system, configured it, made it look a bit snazzy, and look at that, there's a bit of, I don't know if you can see it on the video there. I'll change the background. Just go back to that one for the moment. That doesn't help either. Oh, you can sort of just see the back. There's a bit of a opacity or transparency there on the cube. Reflection on the ground in front of us, which actually I think Zorin already set that up like that. There's the 4 desktops, so you can drag this to a different desktop. There it is there. Drag it to another one. There it is there. Drag it back over here. See, desktop 4 I call work, so if I'm configuring my system or whatever, I'll normally just do it on that one. Desktop 3 is normally where I put the web browser. So Firefox on there, which we've also configured up quite a bit at this stage. I was just about to note then that for a fresh install it's running a bit slow, but then I realised I'm screencasting here, and that does add a bit of overhead to the system. And you can also just slide them across, and there it is starting to appear on the next desktop. Because on here, I'll just put the system monitor. You can see with that background there, these icons over here are a bit difficult to see. Just go back to here, go to the pictures folder, find our, actually I'll try that one because that's what I've got on the other computer. Yeah, there's the Compiz Profile that I saved, so there's only just a slight amount of opacity or transparency there through the cube, and I've been just playing with that over the last few weeks a little bit. I've got more transparency on the other machine, but it's a nice little war machine. I think we'll just go back to the helicopter because it's nice and dark to match the theme. And I think we installed the tweak tool before, so if we type in here tweak and click on that, and you can do a little bit of stuff in here, but I usually just use this just to get rid of the icons. So I don't want the home folder on a desktop, I don't want the trash can on there, or mounted volumes. I like a nice clean desktop. So you can change your background here and do other things, but that's all that is of interest right here, right now. And yeah, we'll just start the file browser up on there. Yes, I've also configured the come over to a fresh window. So what I'll do now is, as I configure Compiz a little bit more, I'll actually resave this as a new theme. Where are we looking for? Place windows centered. So there you go, I've just made one change to Compiz already. So if I resaved this profile and reinstalled Zorin like we've just been doing over the last couple of hours, I could then re-import that profile, and I wouldn't have to make these little changes. There's the ring switcher, will enable, it's got conflicts, okay. It's a little bit more than I want to deal with right at this moment. Yes, if you haven't used Compiz Configuration Settings Manager or Compiz Config Settings Manager, I have actually screwed my machines up before, so you do want to be a little bit careful. But obviously there's a fair bit of stuff in there, lots of settings to change. And now I think it should start in the centre of the screen, and there it is, instead of everything starting up in the top left hand corner. And there's the 4 desktops. You know, you can just slide all that onto one desktop if you wanted to, but I'll just leave it like that. And I think I just enabled the, did we enable the ring switcher, or was that, no, there it is. So there's one way of looking at them all. You can go to Expo mode here and you can see them all that way. Just the reflection's very dark down the bottom. It doesn't quite look right to me, but anyway. The whole screen's pretty dark there, isn't it? Not sure why that is. It's obviously in the profile that I've imported. So there's 4 desktops, all got something different running on them. And you can look this way, or you can use the ring switcher, which is Alt, Super or Windows key, and then Tab. And now you just tab, tab, tab while holding the Alt and the Windows key down, and it's just scrolling through the different apps. So if we wanted the file browser, the mouse isn't enabled on this either. Just come around to the file browsers down there and release the button, and there you are. Or if we want to go to the system monitor, it'll even rotate the desktop to go to that desktop. Pretty bloody snazzy, or what? Hey, come on, admit it. It is. It's bloody cool. It is bloody cool. And even we're on a different desktop here, and I can just centre click on the dock down here. Centre click. Centre click. Now everything's closed. Bloody sensational, isn't it? So there you go. It's almost 2:30 now. So that's 2 hours. I've been able to install and build this whole system up where it's extremely usable already. And there's one more thing I haven't shown you yet, which is the VLC as default. So if we go to System Settings, Details, Default Applications, so in here we've got Video, either the media player or handbrake, and VLC is not even an option. And we right click on the Zorin menu and go to Edit. Yeah, you see all this stuff wasn't visible before, and you know, you can move things across from one side to the other and enable and disable it, etc. But all I'm going to do here is go Restore System Configuration. Just click on that. Oh, so there you go. It's even come up over launch this new application, VLC Media Player. No, I haven't seen that before. We'll just click Close on that. And there it goes off. It just explodes off the Cairo Dock there. And if we look in here now, System Settings, Details, Default Applications, there it is in video, and I think the other two are still there. There they are. And it's already put it in as the default video player. So I'm on desktop 2, which is where I normally open my file browser. And if I start, where's the NAS? Videos. And we'll just start a movie here. Oh, that was unexpected. It started the wrong application. It's unusual. It must need to restart. But as I said before, we've chopped and changed a fair bit of stuff here, so what I'm going to do now, I've got VLC started. I can just drag that movie in there, but before I do that, see the normal VLC icon's just this witch's hat. In the festive season they like to stick the Santa's hat on it, but I don't. So you just go Preferences. A couple of other changes I normally make here is resize interface to video size. Usually what happens is when you start a movie, it doesn't just go out to full screen like that. It thinks it's the size, the video's the size of the wall of your house, and then you've got to do half a dozen drag and minimize and resize the window to get it back. So I just go Tools, Preferences, uncheck that one, and I don't see a need for a system tray icon up here because I don't really use the panel. You can see that dark theming working now, can't you? So that's of no use to me either. I'll just save that. And there's one other change here. We come down the bottom where it shows settings simple. We'll go to the all mode, and down this left hand side here we're going to scroll down to interface, main interfaces. We're going to open that menu up, and we're going to go to QT, and then on the right hand side we're going to scroll down. It's this third last one, allow automatic icon changes. Uncheck that, save that, close VLC, restart VLC, and see Santa's hat's gone. So that's only programmed to come on about a week before Christmas until about the 3rd of January, I think. But no big deal, but it's another little tweak you might or might not want to do. Our view is the way we wanted it here in the file browser, with the list view and the smaller icons, and you can quickly change that if you hold down the control key, CTRL, and use the mouse wheel, roll the mouse wheel, changes that. And there you have it. There's a Zorin 10 install and configuration, and I'll just do a restart and a bit of a summary at the end there, I suppose. These I haven't figured out how to change the colour of these icons up the end here, the two menu icons. So you can see this one opens, it's got the little arrows, much easier, much faster to use than the Zorin style, or the Windows 7 style that Zorin's put into the system, where you click into a menu, click into another one, oh it's the wrong one, then you have to go back. So, but I don't know how to change the colour of those to match the theme. But I dare say that it's, even though the show desktop one and this stack and files, they've I'm pretty sure they changed their colour with the theme. So I'll end the video shortly and I'll restart the machine. I'm pretty sure Cairo Dock should start, and VLC, when I go to start that movie file again, VLC should fire up hopefully after restart. And what was the other one? There was one other little thing there we're going to look at, but it's eluding my memory just for the moment. I'll just try this again, see what we get. Yes, it's starting this other thing. Oops. Just double check that I didn't accidentally move this out of here. Default apps, no, VLC still there. Good, I'll restart the computer, and I think this should, I'm going to shut the video down first. As soon as I click that now, I think it'll shut down, so I'll make a couple of notes while it's doing the restart, and probably catch you on the flip side.